here at my company, and the guy has almost a brand new looking RV, and he was driving, what's the car with 3 circles? Audi, yeah. He was driving,
A7?
I don't know, it's a TT, I think, or
There's
something
somebody
like
who's
that.
been
Like
parking over here too who has an Audi, and
Yeah, they have a-
Oh, maybe that's
silver
the
Audi.
Yeah,
Newer
that's right,
Audi.
that's right, yes.
Yeah, and this is minimum of 50 to 60 grand.
Yeah,
Minimum.
yeah. So yeah, this guy, it's a kind of newish RV. Yes.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah,
moved. Okay,
they're
that's where he went. Okay, so he's not.
It's
he's
not in our neighborhood.
It's not in your neighborhood. Okay, wow. Okay, so that I was wondering what happened to him. Okay, so so it seems like there's some people living in these RVs with really nice cars, right? What do you think is going on?
We think they're living there,
Yeah.
on a permanent basis. It's not, they've chosen to live there because it's cheaper. It's near the train station. You can walk to the shopping center here.
Yeah,
So it's a very convenient spot.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. And what's your guy? I mean, how long has this been going on in your area?
Well, at least 3 years,
3
because
years.
that one guy's been there at least 3 years.
3
One
years.
of our neighbors, Chun Lee, she was at the meeting also, lives right behind that street there, and she said he's been there since she moved in, and that was 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then just more and more are coming because he's always there. They
Yeah.
see it as a safe place.
Yeah. What and have you guys reported like on 311 or called the police department about this?
You have this, I'm sorry, you have this not a particular accommodating lady. I had the chance to speak to she's in charge of this, and she was kind of rude to me.
I mean,
a
this
few
is for the
times
city.
on the phone when I complained a few years ago. So we started to actually file the reports online. But the problem with these reports online, then they often either ignored or get overlooked. However, sometimes enforcement officer comes and gives these warnings, and they give the warnings, but that the car has to be moved every 72 hours because it's a city ordinance. So, but nobody is actually enforcing that. So he gives the warnings. Some people do comply, other come, and some people like a
And they
few.
roll a few
They
feet.
just they roll a few feet. They remove the paint from the wheels and kiss it goodbye, and they still just keep doing that. And there is no way the law has been written, many years ago, and it's not corresponding to today's situation, in my opinion. And it has to be, if you have a law, it has to be enforced, because it's like, why do I have a law if it's not enforced? What's the point?
Okay. So, what do you guys think happens if you were to park your car on California Avenue? So there's like a 2-hour, 3-hour, depending on where you are, limit, right? You park your car for too long. What do you think happens?
You get a ticket.
Yeah, you get a fine actually. You get a ticket. But if you park your car more than 3 days in your neighborhood, what do you think happens?
Nothing.
You get a warning, right?
Nothing.
If you guys complain, right?
Exactly. And the very nice officers, I think they're two of them, they come, I had the chance to speak to them. And actually that's coming from the your enforcement department. They said that we have to actually petition the city to put signs. It's not our idea. And he point us to the location where the sign has been already placed, and it's successful. Successfully, the problem was solved for the residents, and we started to doing that because I'm not in business of sitting and filing the reports all the time. Neither anybody.
It doesn't do anything.
How many times have you guys complained?
Dozens, many.
Okay.
There is no way of tracking because the system does not provide you a number of the report. You just file the report and that's gone.
Okay.
And what happens on the back end at the police station, you have no idea. So sometimes they come next day, but sometimes it's 3 reports. Lately, it's just been ignored totally, right? And nobody comes.
So
very frustrating.
So, what do you guys think about the like if you were to overpark like your own cars, right, in downtown Palo Alto or California Avenue, right, University of California Avenue, you get a fine, you get an instant ticket, right? Not a warning, right?
No.
How does it make you feel that people that spend 3 days versus just a couple hours there's like a big disparity in how the enforcement happens and whether there's a fine or not.
Right, there's a big disparity, and that's not good. It's not fair, and those people are taking advantage of the law, taking advantage of lack of oversight, and yeah, they don't move. They just don't move, and they sit there for days, weeks on end.
But just having them over there, it's just not only because they're there, they look bad. There's the trash all the time, human waste.
The street is quite narrow too, and trying to get 2 cars and a bicycle by it, it's just not safe.
Also, you have Alma, right? So you sometimes turn.
You have Alma in the morning because of all the construction going on in the area. You have all these dumping
Trucks
trucks,
coming out.
huge. Okay. Sometimes because they occupy, because people it's still a commuting, where people use parking for commute for the train station over at San Antonio. Sometimes there is a lack of parking, and I've mentioned myself and took pictures. People are just parking on a hydrant, fire hydrant. It's a hazardous thing.
Or sticking out too far on the
Or
other
sticking
side.
out too far,
Yeah,
you can't
see
even.
around
Yeah,
them.
people are riding bicycles on the sidewalk. It's dangerous.
Well, I know Camille, there's a lot of RVs, right? And sometimes the RVs are kids on blocks, so they have the thing extended,
Yeah.
right? How do you think that impacts
It's
driver
not
safety?
safe.
It's not safe. It's not. It's a crisis. It's obvious crisis. In order to resolve it, I was thinking about it. I know there is some, a pilot that your guys, the city would like to do over on at the end of San Antonio, where all this, the water utility
create a
place
station,
and it belongs to Palo Alto City, the property. But logistics, it's not that easy because you have to have the security, you have to have sanitation, you have to have liability insurance. I mean, you are not in the business of charity. You're going to have to charge these people. And
Well, the idea would be, so one of the current programs, or not program, but proposals, is to have this what we call safe parking law, but not have any enforcement of the current. So like basically, there wouldn't be any enforcement of the RV parking in your neighborhood. We'd just have a place where people could park the RVs for little to no cost. How do you think that would impact?
No, we still want enforcement to keep them out of
you
the
have to
neighborhoods.
start from
We'd like to-
enforcement because
yeah.
there is no way you're going to, and we're not
Otherwise,
talking
they
a
won't
moment.
move.
Yeah.
Why would they
Yeah,
move?
why would they move,
Yeah.
It's
and
a
be
really
on the crowded?
convenient spot.
So actually, so Mountain View had started a safe parking program.
But they're gonna have to enforce it. If you don't enforce it,
Yeah.
there is no way you're gonna do something.
So I was talking to a city council member there. She told me that they had the safe parking lot, but not the enforcement. And basically, it has not done anything at all to help. It's just brought more RVs in.
Yeah.
So, but she said that they're going to start enforcing in June.
Yeah.
But there are some council members who think it's mean-spirited to do enforcement of RVs because people down on the luck. How do you guys think about that?
Well, what if they did enforcement only in residential areas? And if they could park in, say, the light industry areas where nobody's there
Oh,
in
they
the
do that
evening.
already.
I know, but if we
Yeah.
could keep them away from,
Well, I had office hours like a couple weeks ago, and the business owner there, some remodeling company, was telling me that it was hurting his business because he says there's all these broken down RVs that don't move right in front of his business,
yeah.
and he's like, please help me. That's what he's saying, right? And so he was not happy that he's paying all this property tax, and then there's all these broken down RVs parking on him, so that it means that his clients can't park.
Yeah.
Can't park. Oh, hey, we're running overtime. Can I talk? We're running a little bit overtime. Can you come back just a little bit?
Couple
what
minutes.
time?
Okay, Bella, can you work with her throughout the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
We have a little, like the guy who's the lead, he was sick today, so we have a bit of a scheduling snafu today.
okay.
So,
So
but
maybe we need enforcement all over, just so they have to move every few days. At least that would,
Might be, I might sound not too rude or too harsh, but why Los Altos has the ordinance no RVs?
well, actually,
we
we have the same. So we have a ordinance where the same ordinance as Los Altos, which is that you're not allowed to park your vehicle there more than 3 days. And Los Altos and us, we have the same ordinance. I was actually having dinner with the city manager in Los Altos about a week or so ago. I asked him, so how come like in Palo Alto we have like hundreds, I think 600 or some large number of RVs,
huge.
and in Los Altos you guys don't, right? We're right next to each other. And he goes, oh, well, what we did was when the RVs started to come, we started enforcing. We always enforced the laws. So at the very beginning, they always enforced it, and they didn't let it go, right? And so it never became a problem because they always enforced it. And so I think what happened in Palo Alto is, and it wasn't because of council action, it was because of I think staff felt it was mean spirited, or maybe I don't know why, but there's no formal council action.
3 years ago it was not important, but today it's just a crisis. You know,
Yeah.
3 years ago we,
Yeah.
you know, we had one over there, one over here.
Yeah.
It's okay, you know, but
Yeah.
today it's just a disaster what happens to
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
You know, you drive the street and you look like it's a shanty town.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
yeah.
it's just
Well, I had other residents complain to me. I don't know if you guys have the same issue in your place, but they will throw trash in your trash can or throw trash on the ground. I don't know, do you guys have this issue or no?
maybe had an issue different than we did. I'm sorry, can I speak?
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, I
sorry,
can say
sorry.
no, that's fine. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We had some trespassing problem. They Yeah, we had to build down the fence because people complained
Yeah.
and they are not comfortable. They're afraid of people with RVs. So we had to
Small
invest.
children.
Small children, we had to invest in that.
Yeah.
They tempered somebody. I'm not saying, but somebody tempered with the pool area where we have shower facility. We had to put security cameras there. I mean, it's been on for past few years. It's had never ever had any problem there. But with RVs coming, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that people have complained about is human waste issues. I think you mentioned that. What kind of human waste issues were there?
Well, people dump stuff on the side of the sidewalk. They pee against
Just
the
pee
wall.
and it
Yeah.
smell. And lately in the summer, our neighbor who had her house is facing.
That's up to
Somebody
it. Yeah.
dumped a black tank from RV, so it was huge puddle of urine there.
I see.
And we have some pictures, so
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, I'm
ridiculous.
sure they're dumping it down the
Yeah.
drains.
What you
there.
guys heard was worse than what I heard. What people told me they were doing was dumping jugs of human waste into their trash can. But I guess in your case they're just dumping it like over the ground.
I'm not seeing, I don't know
Oh,
who is
okay.
dumping anything in my trash can, because my trash can is
Okay.
pretty full
Okay.
all the time.
Okay.
So what I know, if you walk into the park,
Okay.
you see poop all over. I mean human poop,
I
not
see.
the dog poop.
I
I
see.
mean, it's ridiculous.
I see. I see. Do you think there's any health or safety issues with that?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a biohazardous to me, you know, especially next to the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think staff has been ignoring these requests? Because we actually already have a law on this, but we just don't enforce it. What do you think staff is doing?
I don't know. Why? Can you tell us why?
Well, I can kind of guess why, but I think it's probably because I think I think you guys have so, and the reason why we kind of formed this mailing group is so that people on both sides of the issue, because there are also some folks who feel that the people in RVs are down in the luck, and we want to make Palo Alto accommodating to all people, right? And that the RVs where they're parking now is the right place in Palo Alto for them to be, right? As long as it's not near their house, as long as it's someone else's house, they think it's okay. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to foster kind of a healthy conversation on this in terms of what should we do, because there are neighbors like yours that are severely impacted, right? And it's kind of unfair. And then there's other people who feel like, well, it's on El Camino, it's in next to San Antonio. I don't live near there. I'm okay with it. I'm in North Palo Alto. No, let's. RVs are parked.
At
Not
the
in my
minimum, my
backyard.
opinion, and I did express it, and we did
Yeah.
express it in petition,
Yeah.
that at the minimum RV have to be banned from residential areas. That's minimum everywhere, across the board.
Yeah.
No overnight parking for RVs, and it
Yeah.
must be enforced for city. That's what my personal opinion.
Well, I think to be honest with you, all we have to do is enforce the current ordinance, right? If you enforce current ordinance, or if we treat parking like over parking in California Avenue or University Avenue the same as we count as over parking. Right now the problem is they get a fine, they get a warning, not a fine. If they all got fines, like the same, like if you were to park a car 5 minutes over in the Coral Zone in downtown, you would get a ticket. You would get a fine. No, not a warning. You wouldn't get a warning, and you just move the car 5 feet. You would get a fine, right? But if someone could park in your neighborhood for 2 weeks or a month, they just get a warning, right?
I think it's probably going to cost some money to the city, because the signage has to be installed. It's not just
No,
enforce.
you don't need a sign. It's just anywhere in the city you're not allowed to park more than 3 days. No sign needed. There's no sign needed. We already have the ordinance.
Well, if they would enforce the ordinance, it would sure help.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
And
because-
it's gonna be an even bigger problem when Mountain View starts enforcing
Yes.
their ordinance.
Yeah,
They're
so
all
this is
gonna
gonna-
be here.
They're just going to start in June.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? They're gonna
So
do
we-
if
I
we
think
don't
we
have
should start enforcing before that,
yeah, before that.
Yeah.
because it's gonna get worse.
So have all your neighbors signed the petition?
We didn't go. We had everybody's for it. You know,
Okay.
we can have. You know, I am personally. You know, I'd like this to be resolved as soon as possible because I'm president of the board, and we have some plans. If you guys not moving, I'm not just saying
Yeah.
it's like
So
a
have you,
warning to you,
You
but
can
it's.
walk around and get petitions.
We're gonna
even
get
from the
petition
neighbors.
signed not
Yeah.
only from
Yeah.
my neighborhood. I'm gonna get.
Every
We're gonna get.
signature.
I think
I'm sure
we- I
people
think-
would sign.
I think what you guys should do is, has any other council member been willing to listen to this issue?
Not yet.
Okay, so what I suggest is that you guys, not just get the petition in, but
Mhm.
get like a letter that people can send in, and try to get other meetings with other council members. In fact, there's one just here, maybe, is she still here?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's coming back.
Okay, so I
She's a councilman.
Yeah.
She didn't know where the property is. She actually asked us when we presented the petition.
Oh.
She asked, "Are you guys in Mountain View?"
Okay, I think since you guys are here, she's here, I think you guys should talk to her too, right?
If she's willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys need to get more, awareness of this, right? I need to get more council members kind of hearing the issue, because I do regular office hours every single week, so this is a very frequent topic for the
Mhm.
office hours, right? But I think some of the companies don't do as many regular office hours, so they don't hear about this as much. So I think in order to really kind of make this, top of the stack, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys, it takes a little bit of footwork, but I think you guys need to do the petition, of course. But there's nothing like sending letters in, calling council members, and speaking at the council meeting. That's gonna make a big difference. Because there's no ordinance that has to be passed per se. It's just enforcing the parking law evenly, right? That's really what it takes.
Yeah, but at the same time, the city installed the signatures, signs at the other location, and it helped. So at the minimum, I cannot speak for the whole city. I can say my opinion. We can just express our personal opinion.
Yeah.
What needs to be done.
Well, I think you could certainly get the signs in, right? And that might help. But
Yeah.
I think you can have signs, but if the signs aren't enforced, right, you're gonna have the same issue. So what you really need is enforcement. I mean, signs would help, at least temporarily, but until the RVs figure out
Yeah,
that.
but it still have to be enforced, no matter what.
Well, okay, so to get that right, then you need to get more council members hearing about this problem. And I think you guys are very articulate, and this is why we put on Facebook. Oh, I don't know if it's working or not.
Oh, it's still working.
Okay, but this is also why we do it on Facebook, because we're trying to get more awareness. A lot of people have topics they want to talk about like this, and this is a very frequent one. So I think get people to subscribe to the group, get more petitions, talk to other council members. That's really important to make this to move the needle. Because I talked to the city manager about this. He said no other council member said anything about this, right? So basically, there needs to be more awareness.
So whatever we submitted that petition is just going on the shelf in the storage? Or
Well,
how
there
does
has
that-
to be at least 4 council members who express interest in this.
Oh, really?
And so far there's only me so far that's met with you guys. So you need 3 more.
Okay.
So there's 1 more outside you guys could talk to. That you guys could.
Okay, well, I guess we need to do some legwork.
Yeah, I have
Talk
to
to
do that
more
work,
people,
right? But
get
so
a signed petition,
petitions are
continue to write letters.
letters are really important. Call in, meet with council members. I mean, you don't have to do this forever, but if you do a really sustained campaign for the next month, you could probably make something happen. That's what I suggest.
Okay.
But I feel your pain because I hear it from so many other folks as well, and so I want to try to make sure that you guys get some sort of resolution.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for-
for listening
yeah,
to us.
talking
So
to
we know
us.
what to do now.
And thanks for
Yeah.
your work. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Councilman.
Yeah. Have a great week.
You too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.